The film begins by introducing a skilled hitman named Shuhei Sakata. Interestingly, Sakata prefers using blades during his work. After making preparations, he departs to carry out a mission. Meanwhile, there is a Yakuza group called Konogumi that is trying to maintain dominance at Shinjo Port. When the situation seems calm, Konogumi faces a sudden attack from Sakata. From here, it is revealed that Sakata's mission is to eliminate Konogumi. Without major obstacles, he removes his enemies one by one until finally killing the Konogumi boss. After finishing his mission, Sakata meets his friend Akira Fujita, who regrets Sakata's decision to retire as a hitman for the sake of his family. Time passes, Sakata returns home and has a family living peacefully. His wife is named Aoi, while his 5-year-old daughter is Ryo. Sakata promises Aoi that he will soon find new work. However, that happiness does not last long. Their house is infiltrated by a masked Yakuza group called Kimengumi. Since they are rivals of Konogumi, the Kimengumi leader thanks Sakata for removing their enemy. In the middle of the fight, Kimengumi shoots Aoi dead. Sakata is devastated because Ryo also becomes a target. Soon after, the Kimengumi leader mentions a demon legend in Shinjo City. Supposedly, this demon appears every 50 years, and if it possesses a human, it will commit mass killings. Sakata is eventually shot in the head after vowing revenge against Kimengumi. Due to their manipulation, the media reports that Sakata shot himself after killing his wife and child. 12 years later, a powerful figure named Ru Sanohara emerges, now serving as mayor of Shinjo. During a press conference, Sanohara announces the opening of the integrated resort Mahoroba to be held 6 months later. He receives much praise for boosting Shinjo's economy. Yet, a journalist named Kamiya questions Sanohara's performance. The reason is that the number of missing persons has increased since his administration. Moreover, eviction issues for development are covered up, as if Sanohara deliberately does it to protect his image. Sanohara considers Kamiya's question slander because it lacks strong evidence. Sometime later, Kamiya interviews a former Konogumi member named Kaneko. From his confession, it is revealed that Sakata was actually hired by Konogumi to wipe out Konogumi 12 years ago. Coincidentally, Sanohara began serving as mayor right after Konogumi was destroyed. Furthermore, Shinjo grew into a big city thanks to Kimengumi, who strengthened their power with money from drug and human trafficking. Not long after, members of Kimengumi assaulted Kamiya and Kaneko. At the end of this incident, Kimengumi members launched a deadly strike on Kamiya, while Kaneko chose suicide so his family would not be hunted by Kimengumi. Meanwhile, Shuhei Sakata was still alive and had just left the hospital after being in a coma for 12 years. As a close friend, Akira Fujita escorted Sakata to his new dwelling located in a poor district. Tragically, Sakata now suffered paralysis that made him unable to speak or move. In daily life, Sakata was cared for by Fujita's subordinates. A few days later, a former Konogumi member stabbed Sakata for revenge because Sakata once cut off his hand. Fujita's men then considered the act pointless since Sakata's body was already numb. After that attack, Sakata was moved back to the hospital for safety reasons. When the situation was quiet, Sakata was visited by a policeman who was actually a Kimengumi member named Kotaro Shinozuka. Kotaro revealed that all this time the Kimengumi boss deliberately let Sakata live for a certain purpose. But recently, Kimengumi changed their mind and wanted to finish Sakata when the chance appeared. Kotaro then tried to kill Sakata by poisoning his fear fluid. When his condition was thought to be near death, Sakata suddenly regained movement, though not fully normal. From there, Sakata began to resist. Soon after, another Kimengumi member disguised as a policeman arrived to continue Kotaro's plan. With his partner's help, Kotaro killed another officer who witnessed the event. A doctor who accidentally saw was also murdered so he would not cause trouble. As Sakata started to rise, he tried to fight Kotaro along with other Kimengumi members. With fierce struggle, Sakata finally managed to kill them both. Afterward, Sakata left the hospital as his physical ability kept improving. Memories of his wife and child being shot by Kimengumi returned, reigniting Sakata's resolve for revenge. A short time later, Fujita came to fetch Sakata. However, it was revealed that Fujita was actually a Kimengumi member. Even worse, he was ordered to kill Sakata and deliver his corpse to the group. Time passed until Fujita carried a body bag containing Sakata to a disposal plant in Shinjo City, which had already been secretly controlled by Kimengumi. Soon after, Sakata showed he was still alive and immediately attacked Kimengumi members at the site. This proved that Fujita had faked Sakata's death to help him seek vengeance. Upon learning Fujita's betrayal, Kimengumi members tried to kill Fujita and his men. Fujita managed to escape, but his subordinates were shot dead. Back to Shuhei Sakata, slowly but surely, he managed to eliminate all enemies present at the site. This moment showed that Sakata's strength had fully recovered. As Sakata controlled the situation, a Kimengumi member named Homare Takamoto finally appeared. It turned out Takamoto was the owner of the waste plant that had long served as a cover for Kimengumi's drug warehouse. Takamoto then activated a bomb to destroy the plant, aiming to erase evidence while killing Sakata. Minutes later, Takamoto was shocked because Sakata was still alive. When about to shoot Sakata, Takamoto was struck by Akira Fujita, who arrived to save his friend. Afterward, Fujita made an important confession before Sakata. He explained that Kimengumi murdered Sakata's wife and child because they rejected Sakata's decision to retire. Furthermore, Kimengumi learned of that decision thanks to information from Fujita himself. Feeling deeply guilty since his disclosure led to the death of Sakata's family, Fujita was finally executed by Sakata. After removing Fujita, Sakata took Takamoto to a quiet place for detention. There he tortured Takamoto to extract details about Kimengumi. Takamoto then claimed that Kimengumi's criminal acts were actually intended to advance Shinjo City. Shortly after, Sakata seized Takamoto's phone and answered a call from the Kimengumi boss. This moment revealed that the Kimengumi leader was Ryo Sanohara, the mayor of Shingo. Sanohara stressed that Shinjo's citizens could earn livelihoods thanks to money from Kimengumi's crimes. He also added that Sakata's only daughter, Ryo, was actually still alive and now a high school student. At the end of the call, Sanohara threatened to kill Ryo if Sakata refused to stop his revenge mission. After hearing the threat, Sakata canceled his intention to kill Takamoto, but instead, he beat Takamoto mercilessly before leaving the place. Meanwhile, Ryo now lived with a man named Gito. Ryo considered Gito her father because he had raised her since childhood. Unbeknownst to Ryo, Gito was actually a Kimengumi member. In her school life, Ryo actively joined the archery sports club. Back to Sakata, he met his trusted ally named Yoshi. Yoshi turned out to be a policeman who had long served as Sakata's informant. He had also once been Kotaro's subordinate before Kotaro was killed by Sakata. Yoshi then showed a video recording Kotaro executing a director of a security company in Shingo City. According to Yoshi, that security company had now been taken over by Kimengumi to handle the safety of the Maharoba resort. Realizing the company's crucial role, Sakata finally headed there and launched an attack. After eliminating the guards, Shuhei Sakata continued searching until he accidentally discovered a house in the area. Sakata then believed the place was Ryo's residence because he found photos of Ryo from childhood to adolescence. Soon after, Geto appeared and tried to drive Sakata away. During the fight, Sakata suddenly remembered that Geto was the one who killed his wife. In the middle of the clash, Ryo suddenly shot an arrow at Sakata as if she did not know who Sakata truly was. Thanks to Ryo's action, Geto managed to push Sakata out of the location. That night, Yoshi attempted to treat Sakata's wound caused by Ryo's arrow. In this situation, Ryo Sanohara called Yoshi's phone so he could speak directly with Sakata. With a threatening tone, Sanohara ordered Sakata to go to Maharoba if he wanted his daughter to live longer. Once Sakata's condition improved, Yoshi escorted him to the secret base Sakata once used as a hitman. After taking the weapons he needed, Sakata immediately headed to Maharoba with his own car. Upon arrival, he launched an attack, using his vehicle as a distraction. In the assault, Sakata relied on his blades after his pistol ran out of bullets. After clearing the guards, Sakata confronted Gito, who had been waiting. While fighting, Gito expressed his anger at Sakata's return, since Sakata's presence ruined his plan to keep raising Ryo. Sakata grew furious upon realizing Gito had vile intentions toward Ryo. With rage, Sakata defeated Gito and broke down every strike from his opponent. Minutes later, Sakata reached Ryo's location, proving he had overcome the Kamengumi forces. Yet, while trying to restore Ryo's memory, Sakata was subdued by Kamengumi members. Afterward, he was taken before Sanohara, who now held Ryo hostage. Sanohara tried to poison Ryo's mind, convincing her that Sakata was the demon behind the mass killings in Shinjo's legend. He portrayed the demon as a cruel villain, then prepared to kill Ryo to awaken the demon spirit within Sakata. However, the plan failed when Yoshi launched a surprise attack, eliminating many of Sanohara's men. Amid the chaos, Sakata urged Ryo to shoot him. From that moment, Ryo remembered Sakata was her biological father. It was also revealed that Ryo had not been shot during the Kamengumi assault on Sakata's family, though the tragedy left her deeply traumatized and caused memory loss. Afterward, Ryo escaped together with Yoshi. But during the journey, Yoshi chose to flee alone, leaving Ryo at home. Ryo then acted on her own will. At the same time, Sanohara witnessed a fierce duel between Sakata and an elite Kamengumi warrior named Jin. Though repeatedly struck by heavy blows, Sakata kept fighting until he finally left Jin gravely wounded. Ryo Sanohara then approached Jin while recalling their past. It turned out that Jin was Sanohara's twin brother. For years, Jin carried out assassinations on behalf of Sanohara. Afterward, Sanohara wielded a katana to fight Shuhei Sakata. In the midst of their fierce battle, Sanohara managed to cut off Sakata's left hand, causing his strength to drop drastically. Even so, Sakata was still able to fight back and launch counterattacks. Ultimately, Sakata subdued Sanohara after striking his head. Soon after, Ryo came to Sakata. Just as they were about to speak, Sakata was shot by Gito, leaving him unconscious. Having learned the truth, Ryo refused to acknowledge Gito as her father. Gito was eventually killed by Sakata's deadly strike from behind. Gravely wounded, Sakata finally spoke with Ryo. While embracing his daughter, he apologized for failing to protect Ryo's mother. Ryo broke down in tears upon realizing her father had died. Minutes later, an evacuation team arrived to secure dozens of corpses at the scene. Ryo then decided to escape alone to avoid pursuit from Kamengumi members. A year later, it was revealed that Sanohara was still alive. He was even re-elected as mayor of Shinjo and prepared to open the Maharoba resort after several delays. When asked about the serial killings at Maharoba, Sanohara gave an answer that twisted the facts. At the end of the interview, Sanohara reaffirmed his commitment to advance Shingo so that in the future it could become a proud city for the Japanese people. Afterward, he spent his free time performing traditional dances while wearing his favorite Kamengumi mask. Without any guards, Sanohara was surprised by Ryo's arrival. Seizing the moment, Ryo fired 3 arrows into Sanohara's vital points, leaving him fatally wounded. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss the next epic story. See you in the next video.